I don't know if we can move yet or not.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. Hope everyone is all good out there, and if this is your first time, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Cool.
Sorry, if you're wondering why we're wearing flip-up glasses, someone is still sending these to me on a daily basis. So if it is you, please confess, because
it's not me.
It's starting to freak me out a little bit. Cool. So today we're going to try something slightly different. I can't remember when we were talking, it must have been about a month or so ago, and you were telling me a story about how watching like one of the old APP race events made you just be like, I love this sport, it's brutal, like there's so many elements to it, blah blah blah. So and then I basically sent you a text message earlier and said, Adam, find a video.
Yeah, so I found a video basically. So I chose the I think it's the 2018 New York Long Island APP race. I chose this one kind of because I really liked the conditions. It looks just like Helen's Bay or somewhere local, could be anywhere in the UK or Ireland. It's horrible, it's raining, conditions are not great, which is kind of like what we have over here. So I chose this one, and what I like about this is the live stream video as well is you see some of the warm-ups, which is really good. So you get people like, you know, the awesome Kyle Lenny, who does bloody everything on water.
The ultimate
and then
waterman.
I think he gets 10 yards in and then he falls off. So it kind of going, he is human. He is human. And then, it just makes it a little bit more accessible. And I remember when I first watched one of them, because I was only like mooching around first of all, and
I love that you started saying the word mooch.
I like it. It's a
great word.
It fits very well.
It does.
And I watched this first race, and I can't remember. I tried finding that one, and I just thought it was horrible. I just thought it was a great sport. There's one guy, I may have said in a previous episode, was leading by like 200 meters. The sea goes flat, and then like 7 guys catch the next set of waves in and like overtake him at the finish, and they all blow in. And I never knew that it was a sport where you could race before. I only saw the flat stuff. Which is, you know, also great, but nowhere near as fun. And so I just thought this one would be a good one for us to chat about.
This is a cool race. So I've sort of got this going on in the background. So this is a sort of more traditional beach start. So you'll have seen the guys hitting the water, basically starting on the beach, between flags, everyone lined up, holding their boards, ready to go, short sprint into the water, throw the board in, launch on, pop up straight away and start paddling hard to get through the first sort of breaking swell. Like, they're all on, you know, the best 14-foot race boards out there. And as you say, like earlier on in the video, I think, you know, Kyle Lenny goes in and falls off, and you're right, it just totally humanises this whole sort of setup, because so often you see the Instagram version of Connor Baxter or Boov or whoever, and it's just like this perfect example of perfect paddling in flat water or in swell, but it's just, you know, it's that curated version. Whereas when you've got like this sort of live streamed event or anything, you know, you get all the mishaps, the balls ups, the Mother Nature just coming through and saying, not today, buddy, not today.
Well, just like there's a bit here where I think that is Kyle Lenny, and I think Danny Ching. And it's great because this is in one of the first heats, and it's like they're coming back in, they're catching the wave, they're ready to do the buoy turn, and like Ching was actually leading, and then
you said buoy.
He said buoy. Swear jar. Boy.
We'll put that out there as a poll. Buoy or boy? Boy. I'm just putting it out there.
I don't care.
Right, anyway, carry on.
So he falls off, and then and it's just great. There's certain points in there, but like when I go out on the board and everything, I don't care if I fall in. I'm actually quite. But there's always that little something where there's a bit where maybe I shouldn't be falling in as much if I'm trying certain things. But yeah, as you said, like the guys are in here and the women as well. You know, these are the top people on the planet, and they're going out there. And in this one, I think nearly everyone falls in it.
They take a dunk at some point.
Yeah, like
and, no, exactly. And that's like the reality of it.
Yeah.
So I love seeing this because, you know,
it's impressive seeing how fast they get back up on the board.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no... Because you're only allowed... I didn't realise this. You're only allowed 5 strokes whilst on your knee.
Right, okay.
To get back up. So you're only allowed to get back up,
yeah,
have 5 strokes, 5 quick ones, and then away you go. I blame you for that. I blame him.
He did see that beforehand.
I did. I do like these. So you don't know who sent you these?
I don't know who is sending me these. If
the person has obviously got really good taste.
Yeah, I quite like them. They're cool. I'm very grateful for these ones. Anyway, yeah, I like. I mean, the boy turn there where you've got me saying it now. Oh Jesus! The boy turn that you saw Danny fall off and a couple of the others fall off. You know, that is, for me, that is like a massive part of the excitement. But it's also like you talking there where there's always that little thing in the back of your mind where maybe you don't want to go in. I think that changes in this sort of race environment. I think you care less about going in because you're here, you're prepped for a race. Is that Kai coming first?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, so you're in this sort of scenario, you are mentally prepped and prepared. You're not carrying any additional paraphernalia. It is you, your paddle and your board, and you're just going hell for leather to win the race, right? So I do think that changes the mindset, and that's why, you know, it's like falling in is absolutely just a part of this. Yeah,
well, you see a lot of videos of people training, jumping off the board, jumping back on. That is a big thing. It's interesting seeing the tactics that they use as well. Like some people will...
There's your mate Itzel, who looks more like Gareth Bale these days.
Oh, is that him? I didn't realise that was him.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Itzel. He does look like Gareth Bale.
He does.
Wonder if he's got a good left foot. But yeah, it's interesting, some of the tactics, because some of them, I think it's one of the women's races, and they're all holding back because the way the swell's breaking, so they're all kind of just waiting until the set roll and then they go.
Right.
And the one person, and I think there's one person that did shoot off and she fell off.
Yeah.
So it's like already she's getting washed up in the surf, and it's really tactical. And I didn't think it would be at first, but it's just the lines the lines that people choose. I think Michael Booth, or Boothy, as you call him,
like we're best mates.
Because you're best mates.
I wish. Hey, Boothy.
It's like he goes really far out wide just to go, it's too messy here, and it's
well, I mean, that's a real, you know, at this level, that's an art form, like that sort of reading of the swell, reading of the waves. That's a really messy day, right? So like let's say the sort of the swell and the waves that are hitting in that, because there's a strong onshore by the looks of it, it's a little bit messy. There's a lot of waves to catch. You'll see other events where it's a more sort of a slower, more idyllic surfing swell, so you've got like longer periods between each wave, maybe 10-second gaps or whatever, and that, you know, when you get events in that, like, that's really interesting, because what you often find is like someone could be cruising, like literally about to land on the beach, but if they just tip their nose a little bit too much, like 10 meters from hitting the shore, they're in the water and they've now got to run through water 10 meters more than the next person that comes on the next wave,
just goes sailing
past them. So it's like there's a real fine art to sort of picking your lines. You know, once you turn around the buoy, you know, you've then basically got a trajectory to pick as to what line are you going to take back to the finish line, sort of thing. And yeah, I just love it. I think there's so much more going on than just being able to paddle. And bear in mind, just being able to paddle, 14-foot long board, most of these are going to be like 25 inches or less wide. You know, you're talking circa 300 litre volumes. these, a lot of people are going to struggle to balance on that board in flat water, and these guys are rocking up over. Look at the swell they're going there, and I think, it just stuff like this really highlights all the different techniques. I mean, we'll pull it up again in a sec when they do a buoy turn, but just going out there now, I can't even see who that is, but whoever that guy is there in the red, you can see that he just changed his stance, like completely slowed his pace, changed his stance because he saw like a bigger swell about to come and kick through. So he actually adjusted from like trying to really pummel and get through the smaller breaks that he's just passed to now he's just like gone square on and going, I'm now just going for stability. I'm a geek. I could watch this and look at their techniques.
What I was surprised by this was kind of on one of the buoy turns, when that turn happened, how close it is to the shore.
Yeah.
And how accurate they have to be.
Yeah.
But I was really shocked. But I was going, bloody hell, that only looks as if it's like 2 meters in. Like there's not much room. It could be the camera angle, but it's really close. And yeah, how they jump back up so fast in those bad conditions. Like that lovely person in the red jersey just went over the handlebars, which was great. Good on you. How they jump back up with that opposing swell. And like there's a really strong rip as well that they keep on talking about, and you can see it when they get a certain line, then that person is just stuck. And I really do like it. And this shorter distance, I think, is really accessible for anyone looking to look at the racing, because it's not flat. It's not just a sprint. It's not one of those. It's not a 10k through a city or anything. This is. I think the men's are doing it in about sub 5 minutes on this one. And so it's really good. You can just watch a couple of them and you're going, oh yeah. And you're right. There's loads of different tactics which I never knew starting off. You don't really do.
Yeah, and I think we'll do these basically this year. We'll stick a couple of these up.
I do them every time I go out.
Ballyholme Beach. Well, I know you do, but let's give everyone else in the world a chance to do it.
With the crowd behind me.
With the crowd, yeah. Ooh, come on. Do you have on your iTunes or anything? Do you have a fake crowd noise song?
No, I don't. Do people do that?
I don't know. I just sort of made it up. I just imagined you.
That could be
a bit like you and these flip-up glasses. I've just created you with your own.
You had them.
Fan music.
You were there with your tighty whities lunging.
Please, no one start sending me tighty whities in the post.
You've already got enough of him. I used to run with headphones on, and I just used to put music, make a little bit of a playlist, and then when we were living in London, I can't remember who it was, someone told me about one of the things, Strava or something, so I know, okay, and I put that on my phone, and I was running. I was only, I know exactly how far away I was from the house. I was about 950 metres, because a couple of seconds later I was by the traffic lights, and then really loud in my headphones was 1 kilometre, and I screamed. Some people looking across, they were just laughing, because I went, what the is going on here? And they went, yep, never again.
Voices have started again.
Never again. I hate running with music now. I think it's too easy.
I hate running.
Yeah, running's boring. Unless it's away from someone. That's quite funny.
Do you do that? Do you ever just set up and just say, mate, chase me, go?
No, but I went home to Wales. This was 10 years ago or something. So I was in my late 20s, and I went to see a friend of mine. I went to see him, and as I was walking out, I was walking down the street by Tanagro Street, for anyone who knows Port Talbot. Boom. Walking on Tanagro Street, and these 2 policemen were just walking. No, I've done nothing wrong. I literally just went to see a friend, and I just went, oh, and darted. And these 2...
Did they get after you?
Yeah, they chased me.
Just because you'd started
Just
running
because
for
I
no
started
random
running.
reason.
But I'm sprinting, after like say about 50 metres, I just start laughing, but I can't stop, because what do I say? It's like, oh, old habits, or yeah, so I just had to leg it, but luckily they were overweight and not very fast at all.
And that was fun.
It was great.
Maybe we could set that up as a little sport. You know,
What?
faux police chase or something.
You could just walk around with a massive
Truncheon.
yeah, I was going to say machete or something, but then the actual proper police would come out.
But who's the police officer in this? Are you just chasing him with handcuffs? And he's
Like Benny Hill, but then you have to play Benny
Hill music. Yeah.
That'd be good. It's because he's so in.
Except from a Harry Potter movie over there.
I've never watched Harry Potter films.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm not sad. I have a life.
Do you?
Not
What do
really.
you do instead of watch Harry Potter films?
Ooh, I paint.
Do you? Like
Yes.
landscapes, portraits, or walls?
Frescoes.
Frescoes, nice.
Yeah. Like I like kind of maximalist block frescoes. You know, undercoat. Followed by overcoat. It's great.
And the people watching Harry Potter movies is the sad ones. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just got.
Yeah.
We've just glad we've established the
Yeah.
the
I never got it. I
sad
was out of
versus
the
cool landscape.
I was out of the age group. But yeah, Harry Potter never got it. Lord of the Rings was good. No?
Yeah. No,
Really? Lord of the Rings. was
do
cool.
you know? I've not read Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Wings.
You just
Nor
nodded.
watched the movie.
Haven't you?
No, and I've not watched or read any of the Harry Potters, but on the basis that I'm sort of waiting for my kids to just start reading them. We brought the eldest one the books for Christmas, and I'm like, just start reading them so that I can like understand these references that people make. Like,
Have you seen the
I
footage?
can't even give you an
So are
example.
you expecting him to read them to you?
My kid, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Ian can't read.
I can't read.
Didn't you know that?
He's sitting at the foot of the bed, the kids are reading him at school.
I'm snuggled up.
He's writing down notes so he understands.
Tell me that
the
bit. Tell me that bit again. What is it? Hugglepuff? Hufflepuff?
Have you seen the footage of the guy? There's a train station, and it's like something in a third, or a fourth, or an eighth. The train station in Harry Potter, and they've got it in King's Cross, and it's just literally painted on a brick wall.
Right.
And a super fan. I say super fan. I was going to use the word pillock. I've never said that before. This guy just runs straight into the brick wall
Why?
because he thinks that there's a secret passage.
Oh, no, this is not fair because I don't know. I've literally like no clue what you're talking about.
Love these. Oh,
These
so
are
bright in
so
here.
cool.
Boom.
I am grateful to whoever has been sending me these.
Where are your original glasses?
Original?
Yeah.
What, the ones that I actually wear that aren't flip up?
No, the flip up ones that when you looked at me and
The original ones.
slated me.
The original ones that stem from your imagination. I think they're still in your imagination.
Not anymore, are they? You're
Not
wearing them,
anymore.
Sasha.
Oh, on my head.
So back to the race.
So back to the race. So I've fast forwarded to
Well done.
the final, the men's final. Look at that. I want to
Denmark.
press pause. So I'm going to read out the names on this: Michael
France.
Boov, Connor Baxter, Casper Steinfarth, Kai Lenny, Mo Freitas, Slater Trout, Tyler Basher, Arthur Arutkin. Now, like, there's only two names in there that I've got to be honest, I didn't know or hadn't heard of.
Who?
Slater and Tyler, and that's, sorry, that's just my bad.
Captain America.
But Mo Freitas, all of these guys, like Kai Lenny is obviously just the portrayed as the ultimate waterman at the moment, and not portrayed, he genuinely is. He just can do anything that touches the water.
Excuse you.
you know, whether it's with a wing, kite, surfing the biggest wave in the world, whatever, he's done it. Casper is like a legend.
Yeah, Casper's awesome. How tall is Kyle Lenny?
I don't actually know. Don't know.
Because
Google
he
it.
looks a dut.
He does look tiny.
He looks
like
really short.
5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just like perception against like other people who are 6'3" that stand next to him or something.
Well, that's why I was interested. I wanted to look up because you got Connor, who's long, tall, lean.
The traditional. He's got such a great like flop. If you compare, if you watch the way his body, like, flows as he goes.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the flop I'm talking about.
Right, okay.
Just for clarity.
It's 5'9", brother.
It's 5'9".
5'9".
I was close with the 5'8".
So taller than you then.
Everyone's taller than me.
Oh, okay.
Do you know I was called Fetus Boy until the age of 18? That was my nickname.
Is it because you always used to have this position?
My head has always been this size, but my body was like tiny. And this is sharing too much. But I started seeing this girl when I just got to uni, and I started seeing this girl who I'd gone to junior school with, and I swear to you, I went to her house and like saw her mum, and her mum said to me, "Oh, Ian, lovely to see your body has grown into your head." I was like, "Thanks very much." Fetus Boy.
Going off topic slightly, there was a couple of great nicknames.
Because we never do that.
There was a couple of great nicknames in my school. One was a guy called Mark Morgan who used to break wind all the time, so we called him Skid Mark. Then, but there was a guy called Owain something. Sorry, he's not going to watch it. And yeah, we used to call him Owain Pants because he used to smell a little bit of pee.
Oh.
And I hadn't seen him since I was like 15, 16. And the next time I see him, he was in his...
You're going to apologise, I hope?
No, he was in his early 20s. And he's huge. He's been eating the gear. He's been doing loads of weight. And he was this massive bouncer. And he turned around, he's like this, and he goes, "All right, Dad." Like to me and some of the boys. And I went, "Oh, Wine Pants." And everyone else went, "Oh, Wine Pants, he's a bouncer." And you just saw him just go... Oh, great. Like I thought I left all that behind.
Yeah, I thought I'd left all that behind. Like that is the reason why I now look like this.
Why I'm huge.
Yeah.
And he was monstrous.
To compensate for your name calling.
Oh, should have.
We're stepping into risky territory here.
Yeah. So back to the race. Because I was interested in the kind of the heights and the weights of the people, because when you have a look, when you go to buy a board, like I've just bought one recently, and you're looking at your height, looking at your weight to see the displacement, the volume, and when you see Connor, who's a lot taller, he's a lot leaner compared to someone shorter, so you go in, what size blade paddle has he got, and is it better if you're tall? Have you got a natural advantage being longer and leaner so you can get in further with your catch? Or
I've always believed there was, just because that made sense mechanically to me in some ways, but like this race just itself, and just looking at the list of like the top boys, like there is no consistent body shape or pattern. Like everyone's, there's like a world of difference. You look at, as you're describing Connor, like the Slender Man of paddleboarding. Slender Man. Isn't that like some evil character or something? But anyway, he's not evil. He's lovely. And then you've got like Michael Boov, who I would like. He's probably not in real life, but I always imagine he's that more. What's the, like, not Hulk like, but like the a meteor, like muscle man sort of thing. He's like a, strong as an ox. Casper the Viking, I think he's probably somewhere in the middle of all of that. He's probably 6'1", 6'2", but like super rad surfer. He's lean. It's interesting seeing him just probably in footage, like comparing 2 or 3 years ago to now. He's probably leaned out a little bit, like being, got a bit leaner. He's doing some just awesome, like Casper. If you're not following him on social media or anything, and you're into your paddleboarding, follow Casper Steinfath. He's just awesome. He's the man. First man to paddle across from Norway to Denmark. That was pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was cool. That was super cool. That made my Ireland, Scotland look like, rubbish.
Has anyone come back
Just press play while
with
we're
regards to your old, what do you call it, Thames accolade?
No one has like.
So you're still the first?
I'm still the first. Still the first until someone emails me and says, "Stop saying that." Which someone will do, I'm sure, at some point.
Well. So what are we watching? Is this the final?
So this is the final. So let's just
go on then. I haven't actually watched the final.
So let's going out.
So who are you going for? Who's your money on?
Oh, hang on, you've seen this?
I haven't watched the final.
Haven't you?
No. So I didn't know if you wanted to watch it now, so I thought I wouldn't watch the final.
Who's I'm going to go Casper. I don't know who's. I'm going to go Casper O'Connor, just because they seem to win everything in the last 2 or 3. Well, not last year. Nothing happened last year.
Why? Yeah. Why was the tour cancelled last year?
I don't know. Lazy.
Shocking. It's weird as well because my hairdressers are closed as well.
Are they?
Yeah.
But you've got a nice cut since last time.
Donna
Set up a new business.
She should.
She's a woman of many, many talents.
She actually did a half decent job. I did shave half of it just to force the issue because she refused to cut my hair for about a fortnight.
So, like, just watching there, like, even there, look how wide. Is that Boov? Who's gone out there? So, like, again, that I love, right? So you've got, how many people are in this race? 2, 4, 6, 8, right? 8 people, all gone round exactly the same buoy, all got to get back to exactly the same spot, and they've all picked completely different lines. Like, that's cool.
Do you think those lines are different because there's other people? So is that the line they would have taken if they were by themselves? Or do you think they're making a judgment call on speed and opposition?
All of the above.
Yeah.
I would say because you're going to try to find your line, but depending how far you are and where you are in the set of waves as well, you may be trying to catch one. Trying to catch a bump to ride that in, but if depending where you're on the shallow, you may go out a little bit to catch the bump a little bit earlier, and how the position is.
So one thing we should explain as well is basically depending on the event and the race and everything, the setup will be different. So in this specific series of races that lead to this final, and in this final, it's basically a beach start out to a buoy. You turn around that buoy, come back to the beach, but sort of just further along from where you started. You go around a buoy that's near the shore, and don't whack your face on it like that fella. You turn around that, go back out again to another buoy that's again a little bit further along, and then you're back around that, and then back to shore and through another sort of end gate, and that's a sprint. So I don't know how this race is going to end, but some super exciting ones where you get like 3 or 4 riders all catching the right swell at the end, or the wave that's sort of taking them to the finish line. So you get 4 guys basically hopping off their board at the same time. They've all put in like absolutely beasted themselves, and then it's all just down to a pure like 50 metre sprint up the beach.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I like it because you get some like the close races, like you get some proper feisty sprints up the beach, and I quite like that. Just like, who wants it that?
Do you think that they should be taking their board through the gate?
No, I like, actually, this is, I'm glad you asked that.
Thank you.
So I haven't noticed it so much in this series, but in a lot of these events, there's the board guy, right? And it's someone's job to like sort of loiter when their rider is coming in on the beach, and then when their rider hops off, that guy, board guy, runs in and grabs their board and just sort of brings it ashore for them. And like, shout out to any of you pro guys, or girls, if you need a board guy, I'm your man. I'm there every time. I'd love that. If Casper Steinfarth messages me this week and goes, Ian, come over, you can carry my board, I'd be like, Casper, done. Love to. That'd be cool. It's not going to happen.
I wouldn't want to do it.
No?
No.
Belittle you. You just want to go and kick their ass on the board, is that
Pretty
right?
much. Yeah. No, I just go in, no respect for the board. No respect for the craft.
Yeah. Well, it is, you know.
It's only
Can you imagine how much we're like literally hugging ours?
Well, that's it. It's because mine's
Yours is a work of art hung on the wall. Right, there we go. Oh, look, I picked the top two.
Yeah, I bet you watched this beforehand.
No.
The third guy must have came in like a fish. Slater Trout.
For anyone that's not watching this on YouTube, yes, his name is Slater Trout.
Slater Trout there.
Adam.
Boom.
Adam Pun Collins. Adam Le Pun Collins.
La or le?
Look at that. Kyle Lenny in fifth.
Rubbish. Boo the your mate, look. You jinxed him.
Yeah, no, I could watch these races all day long, and I think, we'll bring some of these to the local area,
To the masses.
And this is the thing, right? So you don't, we can set up little courses like that, super simple, and just let people bring their own board. Like, you don't have to have a 14-foot race board. That's another great thing about like paddle races. So, like, any half decent one that's organised, like when you register, you'll register your board as well. And so basically, if you're riding an all-rounder, you'll be in the all-rounder category. And depending on how well organised the event is, you'll be in an age category. There'll be male, female. There'll be, you'll have all these boxes ticked. So actually, by the end of, even if everyone departs at the same time, and it looks like you're miles behind someone else, you might actually be the lead in your category. And so there's loads of fun to be had for everyone, and for a lot of people, it is just literally about just trying it in a different format. You don't have to be racing everyone else, just racing yourself and just sort of pushing yourself, that sort of park run mentality of just sort of trying to better your own time and stuff like that.
Do you like the park runs?
The park runs themselves?
Yeah.
No, I love them. I mean, we were involved in a project last year which sort of got stopped by COVID, where we essentially want to create park run for paddleboarding. So we want to create regular access for the local community to come down and know that, let's say every Sunday morning, turn up, boys are going to be marked, and it might just be that you mark them depending on what way the wind's going, as like 500 metres apart or a kilometre apart, whatever, and you just say, right, do as many laps as you want. And some people could do 2k, some people might do 5, whatever. But it's basically just providing that sort of regular infrastructure for people to do it and measure their own progress and all of that.
And the community aspect then as
well.
Yeah,
no, exactly. And I think, that's still on our, it's massively on our radar. We're just trying to work with a couple of different partners to deliver it, because me and you as two human beings can't quite deliver that like on our own, on a guaranteed every week basis. So we will need some support for that. So if anyone wants to join in, message us. If anyone wants to get involved in building out SUP Park Run or Park SUP, whatever, I'm sure there'll be some gimmicky name for it. But
see, I'm still on the fence about park runs. Well, I'm not. I know exactly how I feel about them.
Well, Adam, if we've learned anything about you in 3 or 4 podcasts, it is that you are not shy of letting us know your opinion. Please, pray tell.
I have an opinion.
Tell me.
I think they're great.
I did not expect that.
I think they're really nice.
I was expecting Park Run can jump back on his kayak.
No, I think it's really good. There's a lot of people that do park run that wouldn't get out and do that kind of thing otherwise. So I think it's really good. Until
go on.
I used to live just off of the Ormer Road,
Right.
where the Ormo Park is.
Yeah.
And I've got a dog, or 2 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to do it every time I used to take the dog out.
I don't think they did it every
Yeah, they
time
did.
you did. No, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's how it worked.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because
They used to look it up. And I think that's just a little bit rude and inconsiderate of them. On a Saturday, I used to take the dogs out. Used to have a little bit of a lie-in. Used to go out about 8 o'clock, and then you get like 1,000 people doing 5k round the park.
Yeah.
No consideration for dog owners. But apart from that, it's great. Keep up the good work. So
I'm not even going to grace that with a response, Adam.
I do like how you keep on adjusting your glasses.
Yeah, no, they're like, I can't decide if they're too tight or not. Like, whoever's sending them, at least make them fit.
Yes, Dan's.
Do you know, if it turns out to be Dan's, that is the second greatest cover-up since Ian Wright.
Oh, perfect. Right, well, I think that's us for this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, cool. Guys, that was a random way of introducing you to SUP Racing. Look it up on YouTube. Look, keep an eye on our pages. We'll be putting some stuff out there and get involved. But yeah, it's awesome fun.
Yeah, so get out there. Keep classy.
Keep classy.
And see you next time.
It's definitely trying to make that one stick. Ciao.
For now.